Hi everybody, good afternoon on this beautiful day, and welcome to our little Vinyasa light today. So if you haven't already found a place to practice and you want to go ahead and practice live with me, go ahead and find that place. Otherwise, this video will be saved and you can watch it later and make some time for yourself later. So this will just be Vinyasa flow, and I'm actually going to move this chair a little bit, it's kind of in the way. There we go. This will be Vinyasa flow, so feel free to intensify or modify in any way that works for you today. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll start out reclined today, so just go ahead and find a place where you feel comfortable lying down. And if you do not like to lie down on your back, if you want to just sit or maybe take a child's pose, it's also an option. All right, so I'm just going to find a cozy little spot on this rug. If you have a mat, great. If you don't, neither do I, no worries. All right, so shoulders relaxed. Hands can rest wherever you like them to rest. Arms can rest wherever you like them to. And then legs, you can always extend the legs flat. You can keep the knees bent if maybe your lower back needs a little bit of extra support, or you can even bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees open up if that feels good to you. And just starting by taking a couple of deep breaths, I always like to let my hands kind of rest on my abdomen, elbows down on the floor of the mat. That way that when you breathe, you can really feel your breath expanding and contracting. And you can work into those deep diaphragmatic breaths. So thinking about breathing all the way into the lowest part of your lungs. Nice full deep breaths. You can close the eyes here if it feels good. And this is also a nice place to set the intention for your practice. And so whatever it may be that you want to think about to kind of keep you as your anchor, to keep you grounded while you move and breathe. My intention, as I mentioned in our last practice, has been one that was inspired by the teacher Catherine Budig, who's one of my favorite teachers. But a mantra that she mentioned in the last couple of practices that she posted is simply, I am not my body, I have a body. I am my soul. Right? So remembering that we don't have a soul, we are our souls. That we are not our bodies, we have a body. And then as you're ready to add a little bit of movement, maybe bending the knees, maybe rocking side to side if that feels good. I like to just kind of warm up the hips a little bit. I would have liked to practice outside today, but I was afraid that maybe you wouldn't be able to hear me, so I just opened this little window right here. All right, pull the knees in maybe if it feels good, maybe rock side to side. Any movement that feels good here, go ahead and take that. All right, and then we're gonna take, if you're lying on your back, go ahead and take your hands behind your legs and imagine you're like a little rocking chair. You're gonna rock front to back to get a little bit of momentum to come all the way up. You can roll all the way through your spine if it feels good. And then come all the way up. All right, so now that we're in a seated position, warming up the spine a little bit here, and so taking your hands to your legs or knees, wherever you like them, rolling the shoulders back, good. And then from here, hands rest, inhale, pull the chest forward, elbows back. Exhale, round the spine, lean back. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, round it out. Inhale to pull forward. Exhale, round it out. And then we'll go ahead and start to make little circles. So this is just a nice way to kind of warm up your hips and pelvic bowl. So again, hands kind of rest on your legs or thighs. And as you inhale, pull forward, press to the right, exhale, round it out. So just imagine it's like your little wooden spoon inside the pot of soup and you're stirring things up. Right? You can kind of feel all the different points that you're stretching. Feels really good. And the more, I like to think the more dramatic you are, the better it feels, but maybe that's just me. And then we'll reverse the direction of these circles, just kind of warming things up. Especially if maybe you just kind of want to start out a little bit slowly, or these are things that you can do while you're maybe taking a break from working at the computer or whatever it is that you've got going on. And then we'll go ahead and come back to neutral. And from here, pop forward to hands and knees. So I'm going to turn my signature move, fix my pants. All right, so with wrists under shoulders and knees under hips, now we are going to take a couple of rounds of cat-cow on hands and knees. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone for cow. Exhale, round it out, curl in. Inhaling to cow. Exhale, round out. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round out. And from here, we're starting to warm up a little bit more. So all we're going to do is basically come into a plank, but with the knees down. So with your hands down on the floor and your knees down, just kind of lean forward a little bit, right? You're going to walk the hands up a bit. And then if you'd like to here, take a little baby chaturanga. So you bend the elbows and then press back up. Maybe take that a couple of times if you want to. So we're going to bend the elbows, press back up, and then press back. So the knees can stay about hips width distance here because we're just going to pause in the child's pose. Again, a little inspiration from my favorite, Catherine Budig. She posted a class a couple of days ago and I nearly died. Not really, but it was really good. Also very difficult. But I'm going to pull a couple of the things that she did that I really liked. This is one. So exhaling into a little baby chaturanga and coming up. And you can always skip that little baby chaturanga. You may just want to hold this little tiny plank. But if you want to bend, and it might just be a little bend, right? It doesn't have to be all the way down. All right. Things are getting a little warmer now. So we're going to go ahead and come back through hands and knees, tuck the toes, and then sit the hips to the heels. Ooh, stretch out the little feet. I just want to walk so my feet feel kind of tight. Good. You can kind of rock side to side to get from the big toe mount all the way to the pinky. Take a deep breath and then exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. You can kind of pedal out in your down dog, bend your knees, wiggle around, do whatever feels good. If down dog doesn't feel great, remember you can always just pop down to hands and knees. All right, and then from our down dog, stretching back, look forward with an exhale, step or walk your feet to your hands. So I'm going to take little tiny steps, little tiny steps, little tiny steps, all the way forward. As you come forward, if you want to bend the knees, if you can't quite touch down, go ahead and bend, or if it just feels better to your hamstrings. Take the hands to the knees, or to the shins, sorry. Inhale, press up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, roll up, breathing in as you roll up. Shoulders, release down the back with the exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, roll it up. Breathing in as you roll up through the spine. Shoulders down the back with the exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling to fold. Inhaling to lengthen halfway. And then exhale again, folding back down, bending the knees, dropping the hips, rolling up. Shoulders on the back with the exhale. From here, warming up the shoulders a bit. So we're going to take the hands, interlace the fingers at the lower back, open up the shoulders. So you can keep the elbows bent, or you can really pull back, straighten those arms. Tailbone remains neutral, ribs in, so you're not letting your pelvic bowl dump forward, keeping everything kind of tucked in. Good. And then from here, whatever you have, keep that. Breathe in, and with the exhale, look over the left shoulder. Keep that clasp, feels good on the neck. Inhale to center, exhale, look over the right shoulder. And back to center. This time, whatever you have, bend the knees, exhale, fold over the legs. Relax the head and neck. Hands can rest at your back, or you can lift your hands away from your back if that feels good. If you feel a lot of resistance, if you're really trying to push your hands or pull your hands away from your back, just let them rest. You don't need to force. It's not important. Good. Breathe here. Sometimes I kind of like to just bop around side to side. So any movement that feels good, even if you feel silly, that's okay. No one can see you. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to your back. Exhale to fold. From your fold, put a little bend in your knees. Place your fingertips down. Take your left foot, step it way back. Left knee is going to drop down. Good. The hips are going to relax forward. Pause here. You may want to just have your fingertips tap down. If you've got blocks, you can use them. Remember, if you don't have blocks, a couple of cans or some dictionaries or thick books, right? Maybe take the hands to the knee, roll the shoulders back, and just take time to take a couple of breaths here, right? So kind of give yourself a moment to pause and breathe. It may even feel good to kind of shift forward and back, kind of feeling out, remembering that you have a body, you are not your body, but your body is your home. You want to take care of your home, right? It's the place that you have to live, so you want to take care of it. Good. And then wherever you are, if you had those arms up, go ahead and bring the hands back to the knee. Pause here. Right hand is going to stay on top of that right thigh. Left hand is going to go to the back of your left hamstring, right? And so you're just kind of holding here. Good. Then you can stay just like this, or you can take that right arm, reach up, scoop back. Good. Both hips pull forward. Breathe here. You could even walk the hand down if you like to. We're not super warm yet, but maybe you are and you really want to reach back, go for it. With the exhale, gently release. Take the hands down, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. You may want to hang out in your down dog. You may want to take a little modified vinyasa. If you'd like to, inhale, pull forward to plank. Exhale, let knees, chest, chin come down for 8 points bow. Inhale, pull forward, little tiny cobra, shoulders roll back, elbows in. Exhale, set the hips to the heels, push it back, downward facing dog. This time with the exhale, left foot is going to step between the hands, right knee is going to tap down. Hips are going to rest forward. Pause on your fingertips first, see how it feels. You may want to hang out there, or you may want to take your hands to your knee. And remember, you can always kind of come forward and back, in and out of the position if that feels good to your hamstring, right? You can always pause here and just take your arms straight up if that feels good. But just kind of breathe here. And you want to think about still maintaining a little bit of control here. So you don't want to push so far forward that your left hip creeps in front of your right? See how it's kind of dumping there? You want to pull back just a teensy bit. Keep the hips even, breathe here. And then if you had the hands up, go ahead and take the hands back onto the knee. Left hand stays on top of the left thigh. Right hand is going to reach to the back of that right hamstring. Just kind of pause there. So this hand on your hamstring helps support you, right? It helps keep you stay lifted. You can stay, or you can reach that left arm up. Stay or reach up and back. You can kind of bend into the right elbow or walk the hand back. Breathe here. Nice little heart opener. But remember, if it's too much, come out. With the exhale, take those hands down around the foot, tuck the back toes, and this time you're going to pop that right foot up to meet your left. Beak. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, roll up, breathe in. Shoulders down, exhale. Same thing, we're going to move through it a little bit more quickly this time with no fanciness, right? Just kind of the bare bones. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. One breath per movement. Inhale, lengthening halfway. Exhale to fold. Little bend in the knees, fingertips down. Right foot is going to step way back. Right knee drops down. Hips forward. Coming up to your fingertips with your breath in, or your knee, or all the way. Full inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down. Slide it back. Downward facing dog. Stay here, or inhale forward to plank. Exhale to lower. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale to bring it forward to a little tiny cobra. Relax the head and neck. Exhale, set the hips to the heels. Push back, down dog. With your next exhale, right foot steps forward. Beak. Left knee taps down. Hips forward. Inhale to fingertips, to knee. Maybe all the way up, full breath. Exhale, hands come down. Tuck the back toes. Push off the back foot. Come forward. Beak. Forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale as you fold. Bend the knees, drop the hips, roll up. Breathing in as you roll up. Shoulders down the back with the exhale. Fix your pants if you need to. These pants, I swear, so comfortable, but they just roll. All right, again, inhale, reach. Touch palms. This time with the exhale, reach behind the back, interlace fingers. Keep the elbows bent or open it up. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend the knees, fold over the legs. Hands can rest at the back or lift. Relax that head and neck. Think about looking back between your feet. Good. Keep the bend in the knees. You can kind of bounce around. Good. Move around a little bit. Good. Now stay here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale. Good. Then inhale. Come up halfway, hands to your back. With the exhale, fold. Let your hands come down. Step back into your downward facing dog. Hang out in your down dog or take a vinyasa if you like. Inhale to come forward to plank. Remember, you can always put those knees down. Exhale, you can lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or upward facing dog. Ooh, my back. Exhale, down dog. Breathe here. All right. Good. Then from your down dog, come down onto your hands and knees. Sorry, guys. Coming to hands and knees, pause here. Inhale, drop to cow. Exhale, round it out. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round it out. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round it out. Good, back to neutral. Tuck the toes, push back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg is gonna lift, up and back, foot flex, toes down. The height of the leg is not important. If it feels good, do it. Exhale, start to step the right foot between the hands. You're gonna stay on the ball of your back foot for a crescent lunge. So all 10 toes are gonna point forward. Inhale to come up, crescent lunge. So you're on the ball of your back foot and you wanna think about pressing forward. So notice I can push back into my heel or I can push forward. I wanna push forward so that my pelvis can relax and I'm not dumping all this weight into my lower back. So I wanna think about pulling the pelvis forward, spine is nice and long. The energy, the power is in this back leg. Hands can stay on the hips, hands can go to the heart, hands can reach up. Breathe here. Good. Now from here, just for funsies, inhale, reach up. With the exhale, turn the palms forward, right? Breathe in, reach high. Exhale, imagine your fingertips are like little paint brushes. You're gonna paint this wall as you come down, 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 down. You're gonna pop your fingertips down. Stay here or shift the weight into the right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up like you're gonna tap the ceiling. Exhale, bend the front knee, place the left foot down. Inhale, paint the wall, come up. Again, exhale, paint the wall, bring it down. Stay here and pause or fingertips down, pop that weight forward. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, put it down. Inhale, paint the wall, bring it up. Exhale, paint the wall, bring it down. Stay here or pop forward, inhale, little lift, beak. Exhale, put it down. This time pause. Squeegee your left foot back. Beak, 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 beak. Put the left knee down. Beak. Relax forward. Take the right foot, walk it out to the edge of your mat. If you don't have a mat, walk it out a little wider than the width of your hip. So I'm gonna take this right foot, toe heel it out. My toes turn out, my right heel is in, so my leg opens up like a little lizard, or for lizard pose. Hands are gonna go underneath the shoulders, pause here. Breathe. If you feel your knee going past your ankle, readjust, right? You have the option to tuck that back, the back toes under, straighten the back leg. I'm not gonna do that today. If you wanna walk forward, go for it. You wanna pop to forearms, go for it, but breathe. Ooh, that's a good stretch. Breathe here. I know a lot of us have been taking a lot of extra walks because it's like the one thing we can do. So your hips are probably feeling a little tighter maybe. Breathe here. All right, now inhale, come back to those hands. Pause here, tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg. With the exhale, slide it back, down dog. Stay in your down dog and maybe just kind of pedal out or take the vinyasa, your choice. Remember to vinyasa, come forward with the breath in, exhale to lower, inhale to come up, exhale to pull it back. All right, same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg goes up. Pause here, foot flexed. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Beak. Stay on the ball of your back foot for crescent lunge. You want your feet about the width of your hips, otherwise it's gonna feel like you're walking a tightrope. When you're ready, inhale to reach up. Remember that you can adjust your stance if you like to. So if you kind of see that maybe your knee is going past your ankle, adjust, right? If you can't see your little toes, adjust. And then again, pushing forward. I don't want to push back and hang out there. I want to push forward. Think about the pelvis relaxing. So we've talked before about your pelvis is like a bowl of water, right? Imagine that. I don't want the water to spill forward, right? I want it to stay nice and neutral, so I want to keep it hugged in, protecting my lower back. Breathe here. And now, get your little paintbrushes ready. We're going to paint. So reach up, palms forward, breathe here. With the exhale, reach forward and down, lots of control, super slow. Paint, paint, paint. Fingertips down. Stay here or shift the weight forward. Pop that right leg up like you're going to tap the ceiling. Beak. Then bend the knee, put it down. With control, inhale, sweep, paint the ceiling up. Exhale, paint it down. Stay here or shift forward. Beak, lift. Exhale, bend the knee, put it down. Once more, inhale, paint, lifting up. Exhale, paint, reaching down. Stay here, or inhale, bring it forward, little standing split, beak. Exhale, bring it back down. This time, pause, breathe in, wiggle the right foot back. Exhale, right knee pops down. Then take this left foot, coming into lizard toe, heel it out. Toes out, heel in, and you want to be sure that your knee doesn't go past your ankle, so adjust if you need to. Hands can stay under the shoulders, pause there. You can always keep this back leg straight if you want to. I just don't want to. Stay here or walk forward. Stay here or pop onto forearms or blocks if you've got them. You want to be sure that if you come to forearms, you want to think about equal weight in both arms so that your left arm isn't popped up, right? And breathe here. Breathing, breathing. Good, now we're going to slowly come back up to our hands. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg with the exhale, slide it back, down dog. Hang out in your down dog, pedal out, or take the vinyasa if you like to. So if you want to take the vinyasa, come forward. Remember, you can always modify your chaturanga, so you can exhale, put those knees down, lower, take a little tiny cobra, and then push it back. And then from your down dog, come onto your knees, take a little child's pose, pause here, knees wide or knees together if you prefer that. Whew, that was fun, huh? In my opinion, that was fun. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and make your way back into your downward facing dog. All right, from down dog, breathe in, right leg goes up and back. This time, if you like to, bend the knee, open up, stack the hips, exhale. Imagine your toes are gonna scratch your left shoulder. Inhale through center, square off. Exhale, step the foot between the hands, drop the back heel parallel. Heel to heel alignment, about that. Inhale, coming up, warrior two. Front knee bends, back leg straight. The bend can be a small bend, so maybe today you want a little less. Maybe today you want a little more, it's up to you. Press that front knee open, don't let it go past the ankle. Arms reach out, gazing forward. Sorry, my phone's right in front of a window and somebody was walking their dog. So if you see me looking out there, it's just a dog, sorry. All right, stay here. Pause, breathe, gaze forward. Check in with your lower back. Make sure that you're keeping everything nice and neutral. Remember your little bowl of water. Don't let it dump forward. Good. Now reach forward, flip the palm, inhale, reach, reverse warrior. Open up that space. Breathe here. Inhale back to center. Pause here, exhale, inhale, reach forward. Ooh, tricked you. Exhale, right elbow to the inside of that right knee, left arm reaches up. Breathe here. Stay here or left arm reaches over the ear. Think about a line from your wrist to your ankle if you're reaching. So you don't want your buns way up. Bring them down. Stay here or take the right arm, reach it forward. Breathe here. Then press down, inhale, back up, warrior two, keep the bend. Exhale, hands come down, turn onto the ball of your back foot, slide it back, down dog. Vinyasa if you like. If you want to skip it, you can pop down onto your knees or hang out in your down dog. I'll wait for you to vinyasa. And then we're going to meet up in down dog. So when you're ready, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg goes up. Stay here or bend the knee, open up, stack. Good. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Drop the back heel parallel. Coming up, warrior two on this side. I'm going to turn so that, you're not just getting the back view of me. So we're breathing. Front knee bends, back leg straight. Reaching out, gazing forward, pressing the front knee open. You don't want it to buckle in. Protect the knee, protect the ankle. Breathe. Now we're going to reverse this. Open up the left side body. So inhale, reach. Flip the palm, reverse. Right hand can rest. Think about your little bowl of water. Don't let it dump forward. Pull it in. Keep the bend in the front knee. Inhale, come back. Pause here, exhale. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, elbow to the inside of the knee. Right arm reaches straight up. Pause here, breathe. Maybe stay here. You can even rest your elbow on the knee as long as you don't collapse into your shoulder, right? So as long as it's active. You can reach that right arm up and over. Breathe. You can stay there, or you can take the left hand, reach forward. Breathe. Strong, strong legs, you're breathing. A little discomfort is nothing, we're breathing. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Exhale, hands come down, turn onto the ball of the foot, slide it back, downward facing dog. Stay here or take the vinyasa. Breathing in, exhaling to lower, inhaling to come up, whew. Exhaling to pull back. Pause here, breathe. All right. And then when you're ready, pop back down to your hands and knees. All right. So from here, we're going to work into, from hands and knees. I'll stop adjusting my clothes. Sorry, things get, you know how they get. All right, so wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. We're pausing here to breathe. Inhale, drop to cow. Exhale, round it out. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round it out. Again, inhale to cow. It's like pushing the reset button. Exhale, round it out. Back to neutral, pause here. From here, take the right leg, step it back, toes under, pause. Take your left foot, kick it out to the left, pause. Left hand stays. Roll to the inside edge of your right foot, pause there. Inhale, right arm reaches up, pause there and breathe. If you feel weeble wobbly, take your left foot, bottom foot, kick it out more. Breathe here. Good. Then, if you want to, and only if you want to, you can start to bring that right leg up, flexing the foot if you're going to bring it up. You don't have to lift up super high, just to about the height of your hip. It can be lower also. Breathe here. Stay there, or right arm can reach over. Stay there, or just for fun, if you want to, breathe in. Exhale, pull in. Think about tapping knee to elbow. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, tap. Inhale, pull in. Exhale, tap. Inhale, pull in. Pause here as you exhale. Inhale, right arm up. Pause here. If you haven't lifted your leg, you can also do this. I'll show you. But if you have lifted your leg, with your inhale, bring that right leg forward, 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 forward. Bring it back. If you had it on the floor, just slide forward, 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 and then slide back. No big deal. Good. Then wherever you are, gently pivot back to hands and knees. We'll take another round of cat-cows. Inhale, drop to cow. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, drop to cow. Exhale, round it out. Even if the only thing you do some days is cat-cow, oh boy, that feels great. Round it out. I mean, obviously, you can just lounge on your couch. That sounds good too. But sometimes just a cat-cow can help your back feel a little better, especially if you're getting ready to go to bed. Just kind of work it out and then lie down. All right, so now left foot steps back. Bink. Pause here. Right hand stays, right knee stays, but right foot, like a little kickstand, pops out. Roll to the inside edge of your left foot, and then when you're ready, start to find balance. So I like to think about, instead of maybe reaching out and up, I like to reach up. I don't know, I just like it that way, but you can do it however you want to. You can always rest your hand on your hip if that feels better. If you've got a chair or a table in front of you, you can hold that too. Making sure that your neck is kind of in a nice line so you're not letting your head fall. All right, so just feel it out first. If it feels good, stay here. If you want to, you can flex the foot, start to lift the leg. Maybe an inch, maybe higher. Breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Always breathing. Stay there, or left arm reaches forward. You don't have to make these noises, I just think it's kind of fun. Breathe here, and then imagine with the exhale, like a cat pose, you're gonna round out, curl in, bink, tap, inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it in. If it feels really weeble wobbly, that's okay. Breathe in. Exhale once more. It's a balance challenge. Inhale. Whew. Pause here. Exhale. Inhale. Lift up. Pause here. Exhale. Whether you're on the floor or lifted, then inhale. Try to reach forward, 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 forward. Ugh. Exhale. Bring it back. Put it down. Pivot back. One more round of cat-cow, I promise. Inhale. Drop to cow. Exhale. Round it out. Inhale to cow. Exhale to round out. Come to neutral, tuck your little toes. And then from here, just kind of sit back on those toes, stretch them out. You can stay here or you can walk your hands further in. You can stay here or you can even sit on your toes if that feels okay. And breathe here. Kind of wiggle out if it feels good. And then when you're ready, make your way through to seated. All right, so we're coming through to a seated position, going directly into our Baddha Konasana cobbler's pose. So you look like a little butterfly here. All right, so bringing the soles of the feet together. If you like to sit on something, a blanket, a cushion, something underneath your hips might feel good. And you can hold on to your shins, your ankles, your feet, whatever you like. Breathing here, rolling the shoulders down the back. Breathe. If you'd like to, you can always lean forward, keeping a nice flat back. Good. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe. And remember that it doesn't really matter how far you lean forward if you're leaning, right? You want to think about what it feels like, because it doesn't really matter what it looks like. That's not important. We're breathing, we're feeling. We're acknowledging the sensation, we're feeling the feelings, breathing through them, reminding ourselves that it's not permanent. We're just breathing. All right, and then inhale, come up. Stacked fire logs, just for funsies. So, for stacked fire logs, plenty of options, but we're gonna start with the right shin on bottom, left shin on top. So it's like you're stacking. I guess I should turn this way so you can see. Right shin on bottom, so I kind of just line it up, take my left shin, rest it on top. And so you can flex your feet and kind of let your ankles hang off, right? It is very common for this top leg to want to just kind of hang out here. So if that's the case, you just open up a little bit. Maybe your feet rest. Maybe instead you take a pillow. So let's say I'm here. Maybe I take this pillow and prop, right? So that I have some space, or some support, I should say, right? So what you're wanting to feel is not pain, not really sensation in the knees. You're wanting to feel sensation in the outside of the left hip because the left leg is resting on top. You may, however, also feel sensation in the right hip. It just kind of depends on your body. But you're breathing. If you have a lot of space, right, if you're kind of up here, please prop. It will feel so much better. Take a couple of pillows, shove them under there, or skip the position completely, right? You're always allowed to do that. If you want to feel a little bit something different, you can kind of walk forward. That normally intensifies the sensation quite a bit for me. So you're breathing, breathing. We're breathing. Your hips are kind of have the reputation for holding all the junk, you know? Not physically, I mean like energetically, all those emotions, that's where they go. So we want to think about using our exhales to release whatever sensation may come up. Good, and breathing. And then when you're ready, start to come up. You want to stay there longer for sure. And we'll switch sides. So now my left shin is going to go on bottom, my right shin is going to go on top. And it may be very different between the sides, right? Like this hip, for me, doesn't feel as intense. My left hip, I'm like, ooh, but my right hip, not so much. And so again, if you've got a lot of space, prop or go less, make more of a little triangle shape with your legs, that's perfectly fine too. Maybe try a different position completely, that is also perfectly fine. And remember that if you're just watching this video and not really, maybe you don't feel like moving a whole lot today, maybe you just want to watch because you're curious or you've really got nothing else to do, just breathe with us, you know? Breathing is so important, and taking those nice deep breaths where you're paying attention. So you can stay here or you can start to lean forward if you like to. But breathing, and you want to remember that you want to find the edge of sensation. You know, it's so common for us to want to push past the edge, to want to feel the most intense. And we have often the mentality of no pain, no gain. And that's not necessarily true, you know. Sometimes we want to be a little softer with ourselves, and that's okay. Sometimes the intensity feels good, sometimes it doesn't. So find what feels good and do it. And breathe here. Good. Keep breathing. Use those exhales. Good. Releasing all the junk that gets stuck in our hips. Giving ourselves permission to release what no longer serves us. Reminding ourselves that our practice is so important. Reminding ourselves, as one of my other teachers likes to say, the issues live in our tissues, so it's important to work those out. It's important to use our exhales to release, especially when in a time where we're not quite processing everything or we're not quite understanding everything that's going on. We have emotions that maybe we can't quite name. It's important to be able to release without attaching, without judging. And then when you're ready, start to come back up. You want to stay there longer? Stay there longer. We'll take one more little Baddha Konasana, so bringing soles of the feet together, opening up, releasing, sorry, and breathing. And then when you're ready, go ahead and start to come up. We're going to bring the knees together and start to come back to the seated position and bending your knees. Sorry, these pants, I swear. Okay, so we're going to take my most loved and hated position, Navasana, boat pose. So you want to imagine that you're this strong, sturdy boat in the middle of this choppy ocean, right? And so you are strong. I am strong. I'm saying it because I need to hear it. So hands behind the knees, and you want to think about bringing your legs together. It's very tempting to want to let them open up because it makes it so much easier, but bring your legs together, right? You're a dainty little boat. Rolling the shoulders back, elbows in. You may just want to keep those toes tapping down, lean back a little bit. If you feel secure, you can lift, right? Just to about the height of your ankles, to about the height of your knees. Press the knees together. Roll the shoulders back, proud shoulders. Stay here. Or you can reach forward if you're like, ugh, no thanks. You can rest back on your hands or even your elbows. That actually feels really nice, but I'll show you this way. And we're breathing. We're gazing forward. I like to look up because it makes me feel stronger. And we're breathing, 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 breathing. All right. Good. Take another breath. Then with your exhale, ooh, tricky, half boat. So you're hovering, hovering, hovering. Inhale, full boat. Super fun. Exhale, half boat. Oh gosh, inhale, full boat. Exhale, half boat. Pause here in your little half boat. You're hovering, hovering, hovering. Then, for fun, roll to your left hip, hover, back to center, roll to the right hip, hover, back to center. Then, full boat, hug it in. Oof. Exhale, put it down. Sorry. Pull forward. Come down onto your back. Again, inspiration from my favorite teacher. You guys know me. Maybe pedal out, windshield wiper side to side. Give your belly a little love. Tell it thank you for supporting me. Thank you for keeping all my little snacks safe. All right. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to take bridge pose. Your choice. I'll show you a couple of different ways that you can take bridge. If you've got a block or a stack of dictionaries or something, maybe a stack of Game of Thrones books or something, go ahead and use those. If not, you can use a pillow or a couple of pillows or even your hands underneath you. So we're going to take our bridge pose. You want your feet about the width of your hips, toes forward. You can kind of walk your feetsies in a little bit. Tailbone relaxes, so your lower back kind of presses into the mat, resting the arms down by the sides. And we're going to press down to lift. So your first option, you can take your hands underneath you, sit on them, and that's a nice little tiny supported bridge. You can also use any other props underneath you, or you don't have to prop if you want to take regular bridge. Arms down by the sides. This is our first variation. Pressing into the feet so that our glutes can relax, right? So you're pressing into your feet, imagining it's like you're going to slide your carpet or your rug or your mat or whatever you've got forward, right? So you'll feel yourself lift, putting that weight into the upper back and the back of the head, not the neck. So you've got some space there. Stay there, or you can take the hands, interlace fingers, and snuggle up onto your shoulders. Stay there, or my personal favorite, you guys know this, take your hands, kind of your wrists and thumbs underneath your hips. Little supported bridge here, feels so good. And breathe. And so you want to support underneath the hips, not necessarily lower back, right? Breathing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Whatever you've got, take 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, gently start to release. So if you had blocks or anything, press down, lift up high onto the heels. The toes, exhale, roll down. I don't know what's wrong with me today. And then we'll windshield wiper side to side. I do know what's wrong with me. I want to eat dinner. All right. And then after you rock side to side, remember after any kind of heart opening, you want to neutralize before rounding, even though it feels good to immediately round. You want to think about neutralize and then round so that our backs don't feel any pinching later. So then when you're ready, pull the knees in. You may want to rock side to side here. Ooh. Good. And then we're going to end with a little twist together. So knees together, both knees are going to drop over to the right. Open up the left arm, right? Relax the shoulder. If the shoulder's kind of lifted up, you can take the left hand down a little bit and that will help your shoulder relax. Right hand can rest on top of the legs to add a little bit of traction. You can straighten the top leg or both legs if you want to get into the IT band a little bit more. And so breathe here. And then as you're ready, inhale, pull those knees back through center. Pause here, exhale. Breathe in. Exhale, drop both knees over to the left. Open up the right arm. Good, you can always look to the right. Remember, adjust the angle of the arm if you're feeling a little bit too much intensity in the shoulder. Left hand can add traction. I can straighten the top leg or both legs if I want a little bit of IT band love. And breathe here, slowing everything down. Coming back to that intention. I am not my body, I have a body. I do not have a soul, I am my soul. And then as you're ready, pull those knees back in. Start to prepare for Shavasana. So any last pose that you may want, go ahead and take that. If you'd like to take a full 10-minute Shavasana, which I do invite you to do, go ahead and turn the video off now. Set maybe a little timer, or maybe just kind of hang out for 10 or 5, 10, 15 minutes on your mat. Give yourself a nice full Shavasana with nothing to do, nowhere to be, just breathe. I mean, you can keep your Shavasana now. You can lie on your back, lie on your side, lie on your abdomen, whatever feels appropriate for you. Maybe closing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Again, deep breath in. Full exhale. One more, deepest breath in. Then hold that breath. And exhale. Relax the shoulders. Relax the head and neck. Let the arms relax, legs relax, feet relax. And as you settle into this calm, quiet space, reminding yourself that this body is your home. That this body is just the vessel, the packaging of who you are. And reminding yourself that it is nothing more, that it's just a temporary little gift box, and what matters is on the inside. That our bodies do not make up who we are. They are just the capsules of our lives, our experiences, our thoughts, our feelings. And to make it part of our intention to take care of our homes, to take care of our bodies, to be loving to them, to be soft, to care for them. But to remind ourselves that what is inside is so much more important. And to remind ourselves that we must take care of all parts of who we are, body, mind, and spirit, in whatever way that presents itself to you. And reminding ourselves that our breath is so important, that our breath is the thread that connects body, mind, and spirit. And that when one is out of balance, it will present itself in the rest. So as you feel ready, take another very deep breath in wherever you may be. Full inhale. Hold that breath in. Exhale and release it. When you feel ready, and if you'd like to, I invite you to start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe take a long stretch overhead. Maybe start to roll to your right side. Take a breath there. Maybe pause there, or maybe press up to seated, whatever comfortable seated position you like. And sitting up tall if you're choosing to do so, keeping the eyes closed or just keeping a soft gaze, rolling the shoulders back, crown of the head reaches toward the sky. Bringing the hands together at our hearts, fingertips gently touching, shoulders down the back. And in this gesture of humility and gratitude, reminding ourselves to take time to be still, to be quiet, to pay attention, to listen, to be mindful. Especially in a time that is so challenging, and in a time that we just want to react. Remind yourself that your feelings are your own, that your sensations are your own, that you can accept them and release them without attaching. And closing our practice, reminding ourselves, I have a body. I am not my body. I am a soul. And closing our practice, saying together and to each other, the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me today. I will see you again tomorrow, 9 a.m. So tomorrow is not going to be a full flow. It's just going to be a little small tutorial on tripod headstand. So if you've been wanting to try it, if maybe you want someone to talk you through it, that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So I'll see you bright and early at 9 a.m. Remember, the videos will save, and we'll talk about tripod, about why we do it, what it's for, maybe things, little tips to get into it, ways that you can prop it, and then also talking about why we do it, what's the purpose, right? Other than the fact that it's kind of fun. All right, bye guys. I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for joining, and I'm gonna creepily crawl. Bye.